Hi, and welcome back, everyone, to the afternoon sessions of day 2 of the Digitalization in Healthcare Asia conference. And for our second speaker this afternoon, I'd like to call on Mr. John Masood Parvez. John has performed digital and organizational transformation for billion US dollar businesses such as the Hoan Medical Corporation and RMIT University. He is the founder and president of the Vietnam Social Health Revolution, also as the VSHR, which was established around 4 years ago and now has grown to 350 people running 20 national level initiatives around Vietnam. So I'll hand the stage over to John now to share a bit more about himself and his presentation on the adoption and current progress of telemedicine. Over to you, John.
Hello, good afternoon, and it's been a pleasure to be here to share with you a few particular aspects. So like as you see this one of the key aspects, I'll be sharing more about different opportunities of the telemedicine at this present endemic. And I don't want to share with only one perspective, but I'll be sharing with you as a passion perspective. I'll be sharing you the perspective as the hospital perspective, and I'm also sharing with the perspective of different solution provider around the hospital as well too. So how this is an opportunity and how it will be also the key challenges too as well, and how to deal with those key challenges. This is the key aspect I'll be sharing with you today. So if you are a hospital operator or if you are a patient looking into your particular aspects, this is one of the things probably you wanted to check it out. So just fast forward a little bit about myself. I myself has a career. So in my career, I have done business and digital transformation and CIO and different role capacity. I work on in different and billion-dollar businesses, which is one of them is Hoan Medical Corporation, RMIT universities. So that's some of my career. I have been to work on some other organization too. So that's my career part. So the second thing I have a passion, which is related to about I like to give back what I have. So that's why with that passion, I established a nonprofit organization called Vietnam Social Health Revolution. It's work on typically about public health and education side around Vietnam. The third thing is about my calling. I love to do something to help other people to be successful too. So that's one of the reasons today I'm also here to share with you what I have found in the journey of my life about what I have learned. So in this road last from 5 years down the road on this in this path, I've spoke to almost 200 plus conferences, and today I'm doing one, and I have trained almost 20,000 people in this journey. The last thing is about my spirit. So I established a couple of companies as well too. One of them is about work on workforce transformations for companies, which is called Pro Academy. And I also run another company about digital marketing agency, typically focused about social media marketing agency in healthcare and any other related industry. So now let's talk. We have done with the intro. So now I want to talk about I want to focus about particularly few brainstorm facts. This is not assumption or hypothesis. This is facts, and few mathematics and few are being tested. So I want to share with you those key facts and projection on top of the facts. So when you look at the screen, how do you see this one? In 2014, we were like around only like $500 million of service revenue was making telemedicine. 2014, back then, like just 7 years back. 2019, it grown to 2.5 billion US dollar. That means on average, there's a growth of 34.7% annual growth is coming into this market. So that means if you are a service provider or tech service provider or want to work in med tech or even in a hospital, you can see there's a huge opportunity is there. And that's why you need also invest the right thing to challenge you as well, to handle those challenges, to grab the opportunity, which I'm going to share with you today in this call. And the second thing is about, as you see the opportunity, like the projection based on the fact, 2019, 40 billion. In 2026, we're looking at a market of 175 billion US dollar by according to the CNBC. It's not just from somebody made it up in a PowerPoint. It's from CNBC with their research. that kind of projection coming into it. So you can see the opportunity, right? You can see a growth. You want to see a growth like 34% for 34.5% growth, and then it's basically going to almost double the market where it is today, right now at 2022, almost double. So now, when you wanted to implement something about this kinds of activity, about telemedicine solutions, one of the key factors is about how this COVID outlook this telehealth. So before, how the shift happened, I will tell you, according to McKinsey, before COVID, only 11% wanted to use telemedicine in 2019, and now they are more interested. I mean, 76% are interested to using telemedicine going forward. So that means you can see the customer, the patients, they're more willing to open for a telemedicine in situation. And that's why you come in as a great opportunity for you to put your investment to make a great ROI for your work and create a great service to the right people to which you're interested. So I'm not done yet. I have a few more other things to show you to help you to understand this opportunity which you are sitting on right now, whichever country you are in right now. The next one is I want to tell you this. So you can see this one. There are almost like 80 new services coming into play. 75% of provider view telemedicine more favorably than they did before COVID-19. And 74% are more comfortable using it. So that means even in a hospital, you have an opportunity to create a lot more new services by using this platform. And hey, I want to share with you that, hey, I don't sell in telemedicine platform. So I don't do that. You have seen my profile. So you don't want to hear an expert like me. I don't want to hear an expert where an expert will get benefit to get advice. So you're not getting it. I don't sell any telemedicine, but I'm sharing with you this one because so you can understand this opportunity to take it forward, to make your organization to next few step forward. So one more slide I want to share with you in this one. Look at this. Growth in telemedicine usage peaked during COVID 2020, but was still stabilized. So people said, come on, it was a high between the COVID because nobody can go up. Nobody could go up. Yeah, there was a huge peak in April 2017. But after that, it's still there. Like until now, in February 2021, it's like still 38x compared to what it was before. So there is still there, and it's probably reduced a little bit. The reason is that there's a lot of low quality telemedicine service was being provided. It's not about the doctors. It's about how we provide and the platform we use, because the hospital just simply don't know how to deal to create a great service for the particular clients or patients or customers. And that's the point I want to share with you. Now, moving forward, from now to until now, I'm going to tell you what I have done. I'm not going to tell you something I have an idea. I'm going to share with you the thing I have done. It is possible. It's not an hypothesis. I have done already. And I'm going to tell you those things. What I have done and how you can use those done things, those idea concept for the patients, the hospital, and the tech provider to take this opportunity to make it look at like just basically you can turn this challenge to an opportunity to make your organization, hospital, or if you are a tech provider, you could take it to a multiple X forward. I like the word 10X. Maybe you could do it 10X. But how do you do it? What are the key challenges you might need to look around so you can deal with that? And I'm going to focus with you. And so first of all, when you wanted to do a telemedicine platform, the very first thing you're focused about security and privacy. You don't want it to become the same issue faced like a few years back when the SingHealth got hacked by hackers and a lot of key information went around to the wrong hand. And you don't want to be that. And people are starting to get more and more about the privacy of the health information. It's almost as private as the salary they're receiving of the month. I don't go around the street and tell them how much you earn every day as a salary. You never say that. Unless you only do that when you are a listed company in a stock market because you take the capital from everyone. So make sure that your platform doesn't create another controversy like Zoom. If you do that, you did. Or it will cost you a fortune to recover from that. Or maybe you will be never successful to catch the opportunity, because it will be too late for you to come over and grab it. All right, so first thing is I'm focused about security and privacy of the information. The second thing I want to talk about, the performance. When you talk about the performance, one of the biggest things you should be coming to your mind, I'm sure that we talk about Google. It works like exactly the same speed and everywhere, all over the world. You just press the key and you press enter, it's there. So your performance of your platform will be a great factor. Make sure that your performance of the platform has that thing. So you need to design a really great distributed system to which can constantly serve. You can start for your own hospital, but you can dream big to take your service to all over the country, all over the region, or even all over the world. But here's the point. Just not only tech isn't going to make it happen. You need the tech to be as good as Google. I mean, you don't need to hire Google to do that, but you can build a crack team to do that. You need to hire the right people and the right CIOs, right directors to support you with that. The second thing is that you need to look into it as about third is the government policy. When you are looking into the government, every country are basically in South Asia, where you think you have a big market most likely, and probably most of you are from the South Asia. Government didn't really understand what is the telemedicine about. The telemedicine was something like a alien for them. They're like, whoa, we got something from somewhere. We have no idea what is that. How do you do this? So in this factor, you really need to understand governments are creating policy for the information security, and even healthcare, our policy will come to. So you need to be always make sure that you catch the most up-to-date one. There was nowhere, but there will be coming. So when you're developing or deploying a service, make sure that your policy of the government will not hold you accountable and put you in a small box in the future, and you don't want it to be there. So at the same time, there's some of the market, there's a government policy there, but it's constantly changing. So you need to really look into that aspect. Number 4, you need money. I want to tell you again, you need money if you wanted to catch the opportunity. You cannot be broke and thinking about, or if you act like you're broke and you're thinking about you want to make an investment and build a really great platform in telemedicine, which will be really, you need to understand it's a huge opportunity is there. You can deploy it in your city level and all over the country level and all the world level. Just think about it. You don't have to go anything on premise hospital anymore. You can serve. You can partners. You could create small clinics. You can partner. You can buy over other hospitals to serve you up. Think about a brand, and you could generate on that one as well too. And the same thing is about most of the. I mean, this is something I come in with this. A lot of our tech companies always like to catch fish without getting on the water. Those days are gone. I mean, look, like 10, 20, 30 years ago when this X-ray machine or ECG machine was like, whoa, we got it from Neptune in a developing country. But it's not that game anymore. Every hospital has it now. And the tech thing, people are well more educated. Not like Gen X to Gen Y, they know about what is IT about. And they're probably already in the management level, already in different organizations. So you need to make own country investment as well too. You need to have own country people to work with you, and who can operate your hospital or partner with other hospital to make your system on the ground. So be ready to jump on the water, and to when you're jumping the water, be ready and learn to swim really long, because that's what you're going to need, because you want to go for the long run, because that opportunity is huge. And not only one, you are looking into it. Everyone is looking into it right now. Me too. And number 5, insurance. Make sure that your telemedicine platform is working very, very much about all the insurance platform. It should be tick, tick, tick. It should not be taking like 30, 40, 50, 100 hours to verify or validate. There is a lot of international hospital in Vietnam I have seen. Patients have to wait for hours to get insurance confirmations about the card. Even they have cards, even they have the ID cards, still they are waiting. So make sure that your telemedicine platform works seamlessly with the insurance, all the key insurance, if possible, all the insurance. So that's why you need investment to build all those partnerships and customize country-specific insurance policy and maintain it and update it. So So you need a tech teams, of course, you need a on-the-ground expert people and KOL people, all those things as well. And that's what I'm saying about local presence. Don't think about you're going to sit in Singapore and you're going to rock the world. No, those days are gone. You need army in different local people too. It's not that exciting and easy anymore what it used to be. So make sure that it's working that way. The next one is about, so that means you need to think about building a lean team in different country and different locations and different subject matter expert to help you out on that one, to build that one. So the second thing is I want to share with you is about medical skill. Doctors are great. They're really, really smart. Most of the Asian countries, the parents always want the only one thing. I want my kids to be a doctor. Sooner or later, make them a doctor, man. I want my son to be a doctor. I want my daughter as a doctor. I know that's so good because I'm an Asian like you. My dad is a doctor. And not only that, I have 16 doctors in my family. I grew up in a hospital looking at my doctors. They're amazing. They're smart. They are intellectual. But there comes with a price. When you are the best about something, when you are the top one in the class all the time, and when you have to be proven yourself multiple times to be in a medical school, to be in the top of the top, you grow something. Two things. One, your ego, and you grow your fixed mindset. So doctors are great in medical skill, but when you want to tell them to do something differently, they will be almost ready to punch your face. To be ready to upskill the doctor in the right manner. Talk to the right languages, right approaches, and the right mindsets you need to do. You need to work with them. You need to team up with them. You need to explain to them, not only one time. You need to be ready to explain to them 100 times. Clearly, directly, indirectly. Have to create different kind of incentivize program as well too. That's what I did to inspire the doctor. Incentivize. It doesn't have to be only money, because doctor always not been driven by the money, but many doctors could be. So you have to think about what really inspires most to your doctors in your hospital. And you have to build a right incentivized plan for them and really work with them over scale. Number 4, the change management. It's really, really crucial. It's like always, all the time, business, everybody, we all believing about intensity rather than consistency. And that's why we always wanted to put $1 and we're going to make out of $100 and as fast as possible. This is really good in terms of finance, but this is one of the things really not letting them think about in the right manner. We forgot often about the users. We have to be more user-centric, and we have to be more focused about problem-centric. And we see that how our solution can solve that problems for our users, not for the finance, not for the CIO, not for the CFO, not for the chief CMO as well too, for the users, the doctors who are in the ground who are using the system to provide an excellent system and services for the clients, for the customers, to the patients. For me, I like to call the patients in a hospital and customer or client. Many of you maybe will be upset about that, but I want to say it because we're a business. So we should act professionally, and we have to address the people we met in our business to serve them the best quality service possible, where they can feel valued. Yes, I paid $100, but I got a value from them. It's $200. And that's exactly what I want to do is about. So that's why I like to call them customers. But yes, I have full empathy for them as a patients. They're suffering. They have problems. We want to help them. We want to solve their problem too. So now let's summarize this one. All right. In summary, you need to do a few other aspects. First, focus. Your system, which you want to develop, is fully private and secured. You make sure that your systems are not get open or hacked by anyone else. Not somebody run away with a server and then you lost, like you don't know what is happening, going to happen to you. If you have an IT team, it's run by only 3 people with an IT managers, you are living in a primitive age. You need a better team. better crack team. You need money? Find it. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. Performance. You need to think about a great performance first. Nobody wants to use a broken system who doesn't work. I even get rid of a MacBook Air after just 1 year because it just simply cannot serve me the performance, even I pay thousands of dollars for that. So if you have a brand, that's great. If you don't have a brand, it's okay, but you can still build a performance and you can build a brand. But if you think that you have a great brand and you can crack the market with just because of your brand and you don't have a performance in your telemedicine, you are ready to die on this space because somebody will beat you down. Don't forget this government. They are the partner in everywhere. They're the public sector. They are the administrator of the country. So they always have policies to restrict different kind of regulations, to restrict different kind of misuse of the resources and the people. So understand them, work with them, partner with them. Be ready to invest. Invest smart, and be ready to invest long. It's not a short-term game because it's a huge opportunity. Huge scale is there. Don't think about you're going to be as successful as like Uber and Grab with just a very fun thing. It's not going to be that fun thing because it's related to the life. It's not talking about somebody talking about taking a quick Grab or quick taxi trip. Somebody coming here to serve and save and secure their life. Somebody want to get out of the pain and misery. And yes, when somebody are in pain and misery, they're probably willing to pay for you a good price as well too. So that's should not be boggle you down to invest less. Make sure that your insurance are streamlined. Your client customer should be always get the best refund covered from your platform. Make sure that you don't do the same mistake like everyone does. Local presence is important. Everywhere you need local presence. You can centralize, you can have a HQ, but you need a local guy who can do the KOL, who promote your platform, market your platform, work with your platform, connect your platform with the people. Make sure that you're ready to upskill your medical team in a very, 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 very humble and patient manner. If you're not patient, you are not going to succeed. The last one, the change management. Be ready to do a right change management. It's not about just catching and leaving and deploying and walking away. Checking the box is a really good thing, but be ready to check again and again. Update constant, because in the end of the day, your telemedicine platform should not be one-off same. It should be a constantly restless, innovative platform because you want to catch that kind of big opportunities. So you need to be ready to work for it because there's no alternatives of working less and doing more. You want to get more, get ready to work more. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure to talk to all of you. Like I say, that the only thing I want to do it in this call, in this speech, is about to push all of you to make sure that understand this platform, what is the opportunity of telemedicine, and help you to really push it to that one so you can really take this opportunity and take this forward. So I am available in all social media platforms. You can search me, John Masood Pervez.
VSHR Pro Academy.
You can search me in all social media platforms. And John Masood Pervez, my phone number and my email address as well too. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I will probably take a while to reply to you, but I will get back to you too. And I'm very active in LinkedIn, so feel free to connect me in LinkedIn. It's Masood Pervez. And I'm looking forward to hear from you too.
Thanks very much, John, for that presentation. It was great listening on what you had to share, especially on the current progress of telemedicine. And we're very glad to have had you here again today. We always look forward to our collaborations with you and all of our events as well. And we definitely look forward to more future collaborations too. And I didn't see any questions that came in during your session, but to the audience, should you have any questions for John as he shared his socials, so do feel free to connect with him. Okay, actually, you did have one that just came in right now, so right on time. So Shima was saying, I'm intrigued in the change management you mentioned. How do you get leaders to communicate the change vision and to create quick wins and make the change sustainable?
Okay, that's a great question. Hey, thank you, Seema. That's a good point. I can see this one from your thing. You're a doctor. So when you do these kinds of aspect, I think you need to focus on to work on the key course. It's very important how you start. When you wanted to have a change, start to focus about why you're making the change. And I'd like to give you an example. Ask any particular thing 7 times, 7 why. And normally, if you could do that every 7 why, and normally your good answer, you will be in 3 to 4 or even 5. First 1, 2, 3, you normally come up with some kind of quite silly why answer. So you need to deep a little bit more. And now, when you do that thing, those why, do this 5 why exercise with your key peoples and drop down with all of them collaboratively with you. And then you could have people who just not challenging you because you are already partnering with them already. So they will be willing to listen to you. And then when you are listening to you already, and they are already basically following the same journey with you as well too. So then the next thing you could think about, you could build like a focus group, which you could run it every 2 months or a monthly basis to discuss those key aspects of those each of the changes too. So now you are not the only change initiator, but a group of people too. So I constantly do these kinds of workshops where we come to different organizations and bring up a group of people and then run those we call it lighthouse approach. And so in lighthouse, we run this 1 to 3 days of workshop to design all those 5 key whys, and then driving to a more solution, starting with a problem which is connected to a user, and then go with the 5 whys. So that will be my advice. Focus on a very early phase to do that really define those early whys, and it will help you to make more leaders to work with you, communicate with you, and become a powerful beacon in the organization. And then you could step by step accelerate your solution when you come with first building an MVP. So that will be which MVP means minimum viable product, and then you can scale this out too. So that, in short, that is my answer for you. Thank you for the question, Shima. And if you need any other particular questions, so you want to discuss with me, or if you need any particular help, just search me in Masood Pervez in LinkedIn and get me connected. I'm happy to give you inputs.
Thank you again, John, for taking on that question. So yes, as I was mentioning, you do actually have one more question. So there is still time, so you can take on that one as well. And Mr. Kumarova was asking, what is your advice in those countries which don't have telehealth governance or guideline?
Great. I'm sharing my LinkedIn profile here in the chat. Please let's get connected, and happy to have more question. Bidde, would you like to share me the question one more time? It was put in the screen, please. What is your question? What is your advice to those countries which don't have the telemedicine government medicine guideline? Well, I like to see this as an opportunity, because as you are in a country where you don't have the guidelines clearly, so then my advice will be, you're the one could be proposing this one to the government. Like I say, this one is about, you need to partner with them all the time. They are an administrator, right? And they are more about seeing how to protect themselves. So if you are doing in a particular first one doing, it's no governance, build one and propose. Talk to the few other people, and that is one of the reasons will help you to become a pioneer in your country, in your space, and this happens in Vietnam. So we're the one who built it and then proposed back to the government and take this thing forward, and that really worked well. And that also helped us to build that partnership relationship too. Yes, it's a bit of work. You need to do a lot of back and forth. You may need to go around talk to a lot of people. But I will tell you that when you take that initiative, you think about investing your time for really valuable aspects. That would be my advice. Is there any other question?
Thanks, John. There were no other questions that did come in. But yes, to the audience, if you have any other questions for John, do feel free to connect with him on LinkedIn. He has dropped his LinkedIn profile there in the chat box, so you may connect with him using that link. And yes, so this does conclude this session. And thank you once again, John, for joining us here today. And as I mentioned, we definitely look forward to having you again. Thank you.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to speak all of it to you as well. And like I said, my only interest was to push all of you to really understand this opportunity so you can make the best use for taking your organization forward. Let's get connected. Don't be shy. Let's get connected. I always accept all the invitations from anyone. So let's get connected and let's have more conversation. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.